Welcome to another episode of Marketing Corner, where we engage real businesses with real businesses challenges and get our students working with these businesses to provide some new ideas and new perspectives around for typically marketing, because that's what we're really talking about is marketing. So today we are excited. I'm really excited because I'm an outdoor enthusiast. I love being in the mountains. I love skiing. I love biking. I love hiking. Well, and we're heading across this wonderful country to Vancouver's North Shore. And here we have a very special guest with us today, the director of marketing and partnerships for Vancouver's North Shore Tourism Association, Farah Steen. Welcome, Farah, to the show.
Hi, Dave. Thanks for having me.
So, Farah, how did you end up at Vancouver's North Shore Tourism Association?
Well, I've been part of the association for over 15 years. In my role as a hotel general manager, I sat on the board of Vancouver's North Shore Tourism, and I was looking to diversify my career. I figured after 8 years of hospitality life, I was looking for a change as we were in the middle of COVID, and I felt I was at the height of my career. And an opportunity came up with Vancouver's North Shore. So I stepped out of the board and applied for this position. And here I am. And I was involved with a lot of their marketing through the pandemic as well. So yes, it just seemed to be a win-win position for me.
Excellent. Now we're talking the type of marketing here is we're talking about destination marketing. We're talking about, it's not a particular physical product that we can grab onto. It's more of that intangible idea of something, to come see something, to come be a part of something.
Yes, absolutely. So it's a lot of fun. Destination marketing encompasses a lot of different areas. So again, it's not one tangible product like a stand-up business or that type of thing. It's attractions, it's accommodations, it's services, it's food and beverage. So it's Indigenous partnerships. It's a lot of things that are involved with it.
So what's Vancouver's North Shore Tourism Association? Who does it report to, and what's its structure? How does it operate, and what's its purpose?
So Vancouver's North Shore Tourism Association is made up of a board of directors. Because on Vancouver's North Shore, we have 3 municipalities. We have the District of North Vancouver, the City of North Vancouver, and the District of West Vancouver. 3 seats comprised of our board from them. We also have the North Vancouver Chamber. So they sit on there. We have 6 hoteliers that also sit there, and we have 2 other seats. One is seat at large, which is Park Royal Mall, and then we have Grouse Mountain, who has our attraction seat. Vancouver's North Shore has what we call 2.5 employees at this time and continue to grow. We have an executive director, and we have myself, marketing director and partner relations, and we also have an event/administrator coordinator.
Excellent.
And so we report to the board.
Okay.
The 3 of us.
And what's the purpose of you? What's the role that you need to do for Vancouver North Shore Tourism based on
basically exactly what my title says. I market our destination, and I also am responsible for all our partner relations. So I am the liaison to each of our partners.
And when you're talking with the going out to market now, going out to your target market, some people automatically think, oh, it's tourism, so we're going out to an international market, but it's more than just going after an international market.
Yeah,
tell us a little bit about the target audiences you're dealing with.
It's local, most definitely. Yeah. It's provincial, it's Canada-wise, and it's international. So, you pivot, like, for example, during the pandemic, we were mostly local, stay local, but in most cases, we look everywhere. Basically, Vancouver is an international destination. Vancouver's North Shore is the backyard playground of Vancouver. We have hosts some of the top destinations in the world. So we do definitely look internationally.
And so, Farah, when you're going to market this, how do you market the destination?
So most of our marketing dollars go onto social media.
Mhm,
So we have a very strong Facebook following of over 21,000 followers.
mhm,
We have in Instagram, we have over 25K followers. We do a lot of social media marketing on both platforms. We are constantly having to update how we market because the technology constantly changes, whether it's TikTok or live stories, etc. So we work very closely with our social media marketing company,
mhm,
so they stay abreast and on top of everything. We also work with our partners, like for example, with Grouse Mountain, we're there to support them, and they're also there to support us. So we look at different avenues of where we support them. We also look at a cruise ship program. Like for example, we're trying to get a lot of people across the water, so we have a great
mhm.
program, and Destination Vancouver is actually helping us with that because a lot of our partners are their partners. So there's some crossover. And then we also work with Destination British Columbia.
Mhm.
They're one of our major partners, and Destination Canada.
And with that element, like when you look at like competitors, because you're kind of talking about partnerships, but like for an example, let's say if you like you're competing against
Against the whole
individuals
world.
competing with
We
their
want
whether
everyone
they
from
want
the
to go to
world.
Kelowna or do they want to come here, like
Yeah.
you're still competing against
Everyone,
that.
everyone is a competitor, whether it's Destination Victoria or even Vancouver or Kelowna or other parts of Canada like Niagara Falls. What do people think of when they think Canada? They think Niagara Falls, to be honest with you. And
Yeah.
then they think about the Rocky Mountains, and then they think about Quebec, etc. Right. So
Yeah.
you're competing against everybody. And then, whether it's, when we were talking about outdoor tourism, Vancouver's North Shore has one of the first, well, mountain biking started here, really
Yeah.
world-class mountain
Yeah.
biking. So now, you're competing with other places. Well, it's Destination, Whistler, or it's, somewhere in Oregon or somewhere in Washington State. But at the end, and when you talk about craft beers, the first craft brewery was in North Vancouver in Canada.
Wow.
So when you're
Yeah.
competing in the craft brewery market, that's something you have, but then you're competing again with Portland, and across the whole world is doing craft brewery all of a sudden, but it
Well,
started here.
well, I love it because give me another reason to go to North Van now. Not only
There you
like go
go.
to North
Yeah,
Van.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah,
love beer.
yeah, and we have a lot of craft breweries. We have 12 now.
So when you think about Farah, and you kind of alluded to this a little bit, mountain biking seemed to be one of the drawing factors that
Yeah.
definitely put North Shore on the map. What other things do you think are unique to the North Shore and to your marketing program?
Well, where can you ski, bike, sail, and golf in one day?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of days on Vancouver's North Shore, especially this year with the ski season being so long. You literally could go up for morning ski and afternoon golf and walk along the seawall. That's a unique, experience that you can sell. We also have the new shipyards, right? So the shipyards district has taken off. As you can see behind me, it is a major attraction. The city of North Vancouver has done an excellent job. They are definitely one of our partners, and it's definitely an area that we market quite strongly. So that's another area.
Mm-hmm.
So when we talk about what we have outdoor tourism, we have, civic and, spaces like this where people like to explore, where we have live festivals, we have the big craft brewery market, and we have, some world-class attractions.
Exciting. Now, Farah, when you're going through all this marketing and trying to get that messaging out there, what are the biggest challenges to getting the messaging out there? What are the biggest things that you face each and every day that as you move forward and trying to get that messaging out?
Yeah, so sometimes we have too much to talk about. Like, you really want to have a nice balance, right? It's not it's a problem. It's not a difficult problem, but it's a difficult problem because you've got partners who are like, oh, well, you're going to do this and you're going to do that, etc. And truth be told, there's only so many channels, right? So you pick it best. This is one of our challenges, and we find that our social media works so well.
Yeah.
Everything we put out seems to be like a sponge. Our partners let us know the same. So the thing is, how you balance everything. You want to talk about the outdoors, you want to talk about the festivals, you want to talk about craft beer, you want to talk about food, You want to talk, and you also want to be really cognizant to your community. You want to be respectful. One of our challenges is, like, for example, for Iraq, we don't even advertise in the summer. The district of North Vancouver, the residents there, it's just too much. So,
Yeah.
we are very cognizant of our partners and what their requirements and needs are. So that becomes a challenge too. You get thousands of people saying, how do I get to Quarry Rock?
Yeah.
And the destination doesn't want those visitors, nor,
Yeah.
they can't park in front of their houses. There's too many people there. So, we take a break. So these are the challenges that we have. We have a new trestle bridge in West Vancouver. Well, how is the parking happening up there? Because as a destination, not only are you a marketing organization, but in many ways you're a management organization as well, because our message is the primary message going out.
Yeah.
Right. And so these municipalities look at us as their tourism services as well.
And I love what you're talking about too, because you're alluding to sustainability. We're alluding to environmental protection elements, because
absolutely
these are the environment, and more traffic on them is causing
our
damage.
big thing is keep it clean, leave it clean.
Yeah.
These are our assets. When you come into our backyard, you better pack up what you took in. And a lot of people, this is, it's aside from the bears, it's our environment, and it's also a respect for our Indigenous partners. Like, you are going on their land. This is where they live. So by us having the privilege of working and playing and conducting our businesses on, in our region, Squamish and Tsleil-Waututh, we have a huge partnership with them. So our respect and getting our message out for them is also important.
Yeah. And it also seems because you're so close to the cities and these destinations, that you now become a fortitude of information, of data that can actually say, hey, how can we improve infrastructure here? How do we improve access to these elements?
Yeah, so transit is a huge thing. We want people taking the C bus and getting onto a line bike or renting an e-bike, taking transit, because North Vancouver has a huge issue. There's only 2 bridges that bring you here. So that's a challenge. So how do you market people to say, don't take your car, take the C bus, right? So those are challenges. Most definitely transit is.
And Farah, when you're talking about, and I'm just leading into another side of things, so you talked about social media being your big play, and that's the driving factor. When you look at social media, do you see social media on the basis of what type of content is driving? Is it video content? Is it text? Is it like, what type of content is really driving?
It's dynamic. And I'll tell you, this is one of the biggest challenges, is that, you think you've got it, and next week it changes. So when we all started, we did a nice Facebook post and things were good. Then we did Instagram posts, things were good. Now all of a sudden people have a video in their hand, and a pretty good quality video. So now when they go places, they take videos, and now we have stories. And, just this morning I was looking at Instagram Reels. Well, what's that? So I, sent it to my social media company saying, we better make sure we're on top of this, right?
Yeah.
So it's dynamic, it's changing. You've got to really listen to young people, to be honest with you, because they live on, their social media, right? Their phones, I can't speak. But they'll tell you, and yet, a lot of young people will say, well, Facebook is for old people. Well, you know what? We market to old people. So it's going to happen. Right?
Well, no, but Facebook is the leading social media platform still.
Yes, no matter what, it is still a giant. So, but you want to be reaching that 25, 35 age group on Instagram as well, because they're the ones walking out with those videos. So yes, there's challenges, most definitely. But as if you market yourself well, you align yourself with a good social media company, they guide you accordingly. It's a good thing, and you just have to go with the flow. It may change tomorrow, and you may have spent a lot of money doing X, but then you have to diversify to Y, and that's how it is. And it's funny, nobody wants to use the word pivot anymore, but it's forever now. Yeah.
Well, and I love what you're saying here, because I think this is the evolution of pivot. We're trying in messaging and content to drive personalization and customization. And I hear you're being responsive to your market when you say, hey, we better start doing these things because our market wants that. How do we get there?
Textbook. Nothing is textbook anymore. especially in marketing.
Yeah.
So if, where you sat, you read a book and this is your marketing course, it's going to be outdated in a year.
So far, I have to ask the last question I really need to get across is, what does the future look like for Vancouver's North Shore Tourism Association? Where are you going?
Incredible.
How are you going to get there?
Incredible. During the pandemic, we hosted some of the highest occupancies in Canada. We kept our partners busy. We marketed really well in terms of, excuse me, we market really well in terms of survival mode. So we figured if we did that really well, we can move into the future really well. We just, we see the future as incredible. We have some of the top assets in the world sitting here, world-class award-winning shipyards, top world-class attractions. We're pining for more hotels. So we have amazing meeting and event facilities.
That's okay. Far as just getting over a cold, so yeah. So
yes, I apologize. And there's nowhere but up.
Yeah.
We are Vancouver's playground. Vancouver is a top international destination. So if you're going to come to play in Vancouver, you're coming to our backyard.
I love it.
We're looking at it as, the sky's the limit.
Good. Is there any little anything we should be looking for? Any little gems you want to share with us before that we might be looking for soon?
There's a lot going on. One of the big things is our plan is to continuously focus to be inclusive. And so we market to everybody. And our Indigenous tourism is also growing phenomenally. There are some great new assets coming on the North Shore in the next 5 years, I'd say. I'm not privileged, I'm not able to share, but I think we're looking at top occupancies for everybody in terms of their businesses, attractions, services. So yes, stay tuned.
I love it. I love it, Farah. I love what you guys are doing. I'm a big fan of Vancouver's North Shore. I'm always constantly over there when I can. And I will continue to support. We'll get our listeners to support too. Thank you very much for the conversation today. It's been really exciting.
Me.
Great. So guys, and listening to Farah in our conversation, we talked about a number of different things out there: social media, content driving. These are things that are changing. How are you changing your business to respond to your customers in an agile way? How can you change quickly to adopt, to meet, and communicate with those customers to get the ultimate outcome? Thank you very much for listening today. We'll see you next time.